Here's a 3rd down and 9 play. Mahomes, time's running out. Mahomes running all over the place, dives. Where are they going to put it?
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Tuesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. It is a Victory Tuesday edition. The Chiefs remain undefeated through 5 games. Last night was electric for Kansas City. Not only has the Chiefs secured a victory, but the Royals did as well. So we're going to bring you the game highlights, the latest surrounding Rashee Rice. But first, we ask that you give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. Just before kickoff last night, the national media kept things juicy. ESPN's Adam Schefter tweeted out at about 5:51 p.m. Central Time that after consulting today with doctors, so again, this was on Monday, there's a lot of optimism that standout wide receiver Rashee Rice didn't suffer a knee injury as significant as first believed per source. Rice will be under anesthesia Tuesday morning, so this morning, to determine the extent of his injury. But the belief now is that he could be a much shorter recovery timeline than originally thought. So Schefter then added 6 minutes later, he quote tweeted that own tweet, and he said it's unlikely that Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice will play again this season. But doctors will not know for sure until they perform surgery again this morning, per source. It's just a bit confusing. Then NFL Network's Ian Rappaport puts out, quote, sources. While Chiefs star wide receiver Rashee Rice's season is expected to be over, he did receive positive news today from Dr. Dan Cooper. Rice needs his LCL repaired, but there's a chance that the only ligament to be repaired, so that would be the only ligament to be repaired. He's expected to make a full recovery. Rappaport then quote tweeted his own self, saying LCL repairs like Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice needs is measured in months, potentially 3 months. But if the surgery tomorrow confirms that that's the only damage, if his ACL does not require a reconstruction, that's excellent news. He should be healthy enough for next season. Okay, so is he done for the year? Is he not done for the year? If you are confused, join the club. Thankfully, Dr. Jesse Morris breaks it all down and explains why there's mixed reports. His tweet reads, finally, some information, but wait, it's conflicting. Of course it is. Nothing about Rashee Rice's injury has been straightforward. So why start now? Morris breaks it down, the conflicting reports, and he says an isolated LCL injury is a super rare knee injury, making up only about 2% of knee injuries. The angle Mahomes hit Rice's knee correlates with an LCL and a PLC injury. There's also the possibility that Rice's ACL is compromised as well, as that would make more sense. If the LCL surgery is necessary, which means it is a full thickness tear, then a construction is the preferred move over a repair due to a high risk of failure for repairs up to 40%. That might not have made sense to you, but basically good news and bad news. Rice doesn't seem to be coming back this season, but the injury doesn't seem to be keeping him out of the 2025 season. Again, this is all just based off the reports. It has not been confirmed by the team.
Whenever you discover something new, the first thing you want to do is share it with your friends so they can experience it too. That's kind of what it feels like when you discover that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. It's such an awesome deal, there's no way you can keep it to yourself. No more negotiating with big wireless companies for overpriced plans, and no more hidden fees with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you and your friends with premium wireless plans starting at just $15 a month. And if you're worried about keeping your own phone and keeping your contacts, you can bring all of that along when you switch to Mint Mobile. So ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium wireless service for just $15 a month. To get this new customer offer on your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. That's mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
So with all the breaking news out of the way, let us get to the game. The Chiefs hosted the New Orleans Saints last night, winning 26-13. They remain undefeated through 5 weeks. The Chiefs are the only remaining undefeated team in the AFC. The Vikings are the only unbeaten team in the NFC. So, adding into Monday night's primetime matchup, there were actually no roster moves made, which is a little bit of a shock. ESPN's Adam Teicher shared no roster moves or practice squad elevations by the Chiefs today. They will go with the 5 receivers that they have: Worthy, Watson, Juju, Moore, and Hardman. New Orleans winning the coin toss, and they actually chose to receive. So on the Saints opening drive for the Saints, Derek Carr made a little bit of an oopsie. Brian Cook picking off the former Raiders QB, giving the Chiefs possession on their own 22-yard line. Now, the Chiefs would respond with a touchdown. You heard me right. A touchdown on their opening drive, thanks to Kareem Hunt, who scored his first touchdown with Kansas City after a 6-year drought with the team. Now, the PAT by Butker was good, and the Chiefs led early in the first quarter, 7-0. Now, in the second quarter now, here we go. Some shaky offense and a penalty stalled out Kansas City's drive, who had to settle for a field goal. It seems like a theme this season. Thankfully, the Chiefs have the best kicker in the league. Harrison Butker came onto the field, nailing it 26 yards out to make it Chiefs leading 10-0. On the very next drive, the Saints would finally find the end zone. Carr connecting with Rashid Shaheed for a 43-yard touchdown to make it a 3-point game. Now, shortly after, the Chiefs found themselves in a bit of a dicey situation. A big yardage deficit and another holding call put the Chiefs in 3rd and 22. With just over 3 minutes left in the half, Mahomes found Kelsey across the middle, and then the tight end made a lateral pass to Samaje Perine, who went out of bounds right ahead of the first down marker. So Casey set up 4th and 1 and converted, much thanks to Kareem Hunt. Butker sealed the deal, though, with another short-range goal from 34 yards out. The field goal made it 13-7 Kansas City. Now, before the half, the Chiefs would get the ball back once again. It would stall out once again in the red zone, and they would once again settle for a field goal. Butker did extend the lead 16-7 at the half, Kansas City leading. It was more of the same after the third quarter got underway. Another Chiefs offensive drive that couldn't find the end zone. This time, Butker wasn't Mr. All Reliable. 51 yards out, it was no good, giving Derek Carr and the Saints the ball back, trailing 16-7. With the Saints driving midfield, Turk Wharton came up big, though. The defensive tackle dropped Carr for an 8-yard loss, putting the Saints on the 42-yard line, and New Orleans would have to punt the ball away. So on comes Kansas City once again. The Chiefs quickly finding themselves in the red zone again. This time, the pass in the red zone to the end zone seemed good until it wasn't good. Mahomes' pass to Juju Smith-Schuster was caught, then knocked out of the wide receiver's hands almost immediately. As the ball popped out, it was former Chief, now with the Saints, Colin Saunders, was there to intercept it. The big boy took off down the field, evading tackles until the defensive tackle was finally brought down on the Saints' 35-yard line. That was Mahomes' 6th interception so far this season. Carr found Foster Moreau in the end zone to add on 6 more. After a missed PAT, though, so the Chiefs are still up 16-13, a 3-point game. Kansas City back on the field, finding redemption. Smith-Schuster for a 50-yard strike, setting up the Chiefs on the Saints' 14-yard line. A few plays later, Kelsey took the direct snap, headed off to Xavier Worthy for the score. Chiefs touchdown, Kansas City adding on 7 more to make the lead 23-13. But they were not done yet. Now, the Saints would ultimately hand the ball right back to Kansas City after a poor offensive drive. We got to see a little Mahomes magic here, or what we're going to call Air Mahomes. After a scramble, Mahomes extended his arm out for the first down, and he was marked short, but Kansas City challenged it. They were awarded the first down. So the red zone issues continued after it, though. Kansas City had to settle again for 3 instead of 6. That means after a 38-yarder by Harrison Butker, right through the uprights this time, Kansas City would take the 26-13 advantage. All right, NFL on NBC News pointed out that Mahomes threw for 331 yards, while Xavier Worthy and Kareem Hunt added touchdowns on the ground. Tight end Travis Kelce and receiver Juju Smith-Schuster both had big games for the Chiefs, catching 9 passes for 70 yards and 7 passes for 130 yards respectively. Not a bad night for the reigning Super Bowl champs. The Saints are now 2-3 after their 3rd straight loss, and they're going to play the NFC South rival, the Tampa Bay Bucks, next week. Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we will be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you here on Wednesday.